Morning light burns the edges of a hospital curtain. Machines chirp. Ashley opens her eyes. Two police officers sit against the wall, quiet as statues. Miss Wallace, one says, you were minutes from organ failure. He hands her a folded paper. Ashley smooths it with shaky hands. The words stab off the page, a suicide note that confesses to killing her father and her stepfather, signed with Ashley's name. Her breath stops. That's not my handwriting, she whispers. The door swings open. Footsteps. A shadow crosses the bed. Then whose is it? The officer asks. Ashley looks up and freezes. Rewind 2 days. Ashley is in her dorm, first day of college, first day of her new life. Knock, knock. Two officers at the door. We exhumed your father, one says gently. We don't think it was a heart attack. The floor tilts beneath her. Not Dad. Not again. They ask hard questions. Ashley stammers. The officers' pens scratch faster. After they leave, she calls her mom, Stacy. They think Dad was murdered. They're looking at us. Come home, Stacy says, voice tight. We'll face this together. Ashley stuffs books into a bag and runs for the car. Behind her, the empty dorm room watches, as if it knows what's coming next. I am the kitchen at home. 3 people try to hold a family together. Ashley, her kid sister Bree, and their mother. They cry. They talk. They dig for answers in old memories. Stacy pours drinks, 2 with alcohol, 1 without. Breathe, Stacy says, rubbing Ashley's shoulder. We'll get through this. Night falls. The house grows quiet, too quiet. Ashley rubs her temples. I feel off, she says. Like I drank more than I did. Stacy watches her for a long, long second. Try to sleep, she whispers. Ashley nods, stands, and the room tilts sideways. She doesn't see her mother's eyes follow her down the hall. Morning got a blinding headache. A shower that doesn't help. Hey. Brave face anyway. Ashley drives back to campus, pushes through classes like she's underwater. By evening she's back at the kitchen table with Mom and Bree. More memories. More tears. More drinks. Tomorrow, I'll be normal, Ashley says. I'll be fine. She hugs her mom. Stacy squeezes a little too tight. Sleep well, Stacy says. Ashley lies down, the ceiling drifting away. The last thing she hears is a glass settling on a counter in the kitchen. Then, silence, deep, heavy silence, sirens. Bright red on white walls. Ashley is carried through ER doors she can't see. Later, in the hospital bed, the officer says, you were within minutes. He gives her the note, her name at the bottom. The words claim she poisoned 2 men and can't live with the guilt. Ashley shakes her head. No. I didn't write this. The second officer steps closer. Then who did? Ashley stares at the letters again, the loops, the slant, something familiar, I think. She starts, voice breaking. A soft knock at the door cuts her off. Mrs. Wallace, a nurse, says, you can come in now. Back home, detectives revisit the past. First husband, heart attack. Stepdad, suicide. But Antifreeze is slow. It's cruel. It's not how most people choose to die. Exhumation confirms it. Antifreeze in her father's remains. At the hospital, Ashley squeezes the rails of her bed. I was sick both mornings, after Mom's drinks, she says. She called the ambulance herself. The officer's pen stops. If the call came early, he says, it could save your life, and sell the story. A doctor enters with test results. He glances at the officers, then at Ashley. We found something in your system, he says quietly. Ashley holds her breath. So, he asks, who poured your glass? Your mother did, the detective says at last. We believe she poisoned both men. And when we started asking questions, she tried to frame you. Ashley's world cracks. My mom? He sets the note on the blanket like a small, sharp blade. This isn't your handwriting. It matches hers. Footsteps in the hall. Voices. The door handle twitches. Bree's whisper leaks through. First, Ashley. Then another voice, steady, careful. We just want to talk. The officers turn toward the door, hands ready, eyes narrowed. Let them in, one says. The door opens. Not a familiar face steps through with a careful smile. Sweetheart, she says, you're awake. Handcuffs click like tiny thunder. In a calm, bright room, Stacy answers questions without blinking. I love my daughters, she says. I would never hurt Ashley. The detective lays out the line of dominoes: 2 poisoned husbands, a daughter almost dead, a note with the wrong hand. Why would I save her if I hurt her? Stacy asks. Because you called too early, the detective replies. A good mother would call to save a life. A careful liar would, too. Silence stretches. Stacy's eyes drop to the table, to the note in the evidence sleeve, to the faint impression of her own pen strokes. When she looks up, her voice is barely there. I just wanted the questions to stop, she says. The detective caps his pen. They will, he says, for a long time. Courtrooms are cold even on warm days. Ashley sits with Bree, fingers laced tight, listening to words you should never have to hear about your own family. The jury files in, stone-faced. Guilty, 2 murders. Guilty, attempted murder. A sentence heavy enough to last a lifetime. On the way out, Ashley stares at a glass of water by the witness stand, clear and harmless. She can't move. Bree squeezes her hand. We made it, she says. Ashley nods, but inside, a door is still half opened. If the person who was supposed to protect you could do this, how do you ever know who to trust again? Another city. Another door, unlocked. A 9/11 hang-up. Officers step inside and find Monica on the floor. A single shell casing glints near the phone. Elsewhere, a group of friends jokes over lunch at their usual table. They call themselves the Orange Shorts Society. One of them, John, talks about his ex-wife's alimony. Cash. Always cash. Envelopes every week. Detectives watch the restaurant tapes. Alibis stack up, but on the 10th replay, a detective leans closer to the screen. Same table. Same faces. Same jokes, except one chair is empty. Where's Tim? He asks. The room goes very quiet. DNA will tell the rest. Police believe Tim went to Monica's house for the money he kept hearing about. Easy cash, easy score. But Monica fought back. A single shot. Panic. A fast exit. The envelopes? Still there. John didn't pull the trigger. But his bitter stories painted a target. The jury listens, decides, and the gavel falls. Justice doesn't come fast. It comes from patience, and a paused frame no one noticed at first. Outside the courthouse, the detective looks up at a bland, cloudless sky. Play it again, he murmurs, as if speaking to every case that's still unsolved. Night again. Ashley stands at her dorm window months later, city lights blinking like slow heartbeat monitors. She pours a glass of water and sets it down. Doesn't drink. Just listens to the quiet. In that silence she hears a knock that isn't there, a paper unfolding, a pen scratching a name that isn't hers. But there's another sound, too, the steady breath of someone who lived. She lifts the glass and takes a small sip. Her phone buzzes with a new message. You okay? Ashley smiles. Just a little, yeah, she types back. Now I am. She turns off the light. In the dark, the glass on the desk holds the room's shape, and this time, nothing else.